Good evening. ערב טוב. Certain psukim in this week's parasha that sound almost previous parashiyot. For instance, look a second in Perek Yud Gimel pasuk Aleph. Pasuk Aleph. In page 1006, Perek Yud Gimel pasuk Aleph. את כל הדבר אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם, אותו תשמרו לעשות, לא תוסיף עליו, ולא תגרע ממנו. Look at the Rashi, please. Rashi says, לא תוסיף עליו, 5 תותפות בתפילין. You're adding a 5th parchment. 5 מינים בלולב. 4 ברכות וברכת כהנים. You realize זה מאוד מעניין.
Why those?
If you add the 5th parasha to tefillin, I understand. The chafza is a different chafza. I have tefillin shel rosh. I have 4 compartments. Each one has a parasha. If I add the 5th, good. If a Kohen is adding the 4th bracha in Birkat Kohanim, forget the 4th. You realize? אף על פי כן כתוב פה, no. This is about to see. Now, when it comes to the 5 minim of the lulav, this really depends a lot. If lulav tzarich eged, if tying it together makes it 1 unit, then you can understand that if I add a 5th one, 4th one, אף על פי כן Rashi says, no, this is not a set. But remember, this is Parashat Re'ei, correct? Look now in Parashat Vayetchanan, Perek Dalet, Pasuk Bet.
Yeah, he changes the Birkat Kohanim.
Not only that, but why is it written a second time? You look at Perek Dalet, Pasuk Bet, it's page.
Good question. Do you ask the same question? Why did we need it in the Parsha later? The whole story. Forget Rashi. Just the whole thing.
טוב. but look a second, יש הבדל גם במילים. לא תוסיפו על הדבר אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם, ולא תגרעו ממנו לשמור, yes? So again, Rashi brings tefillin, lulav, Rashi is adding tzitzit, וכן לא תגרעו. But no one is here, so yeah, we have time. Open a second Rambam, Sefer Shoftim Hilchot Mamrim. Shoftim Mamrim.
Got it. Interesting.
Look carefully at the Rambam said Ilchot Mamrim here. Okay, it's a fascinating topic, Mamrim. Let me show you a second. Look at Halacha Tet.
But just going, I'm looking, Rabbi Prague, as you always tell me to do, to look at the introduction, right, in Hilchot Mamrim, and he says, Gimel, Shelo lahosif al HaTorah, lo b'mitzvot shebechtav v'lo perishan. And then Shelo, and then the other one, Shelo ligroa min hakol. So why did he have to say lo? He should have said Shelo lahosif al HaMitzvot, no?
בוא תסתכל דבר מאוד מעניין.
Zum gesund.
I left to my daf, leave me in the kitchen, and of course I come back somehow. And תשמע examples of the Rambam, it's really fascinating. Look now, Halacha Tet.
Okay.
Halacha Tet.
In Eizer Perek?
The same פרק. הואיל ויש לבית דין ולאסור דבר המותר, correct? בית דין has the power ויעמוד איסורו לדורות. וכן, יש להם להתיר איסורי תורה לפי שעה, אז הוא יספור לשמאל, yes? זה שהזהירה התורה לא תוספת ולא תגרע ממנו. The Rambam is asking now a very fundamental question. Chachamim came up with the idea of muktzeh, correct? Chachamim came up with the idea of Ruvei Chatzerot. This is permanent. שלא להוסיף על דברי תורה ולא לגרוע מהם ולקבוע דבר לעולם שהוא מן התורה. I'm sorry, I didn't read it correct. Says the Rambam, the answer to my question is שלא להוסיף על דברי תורה ולא לגרוע ולקבוע, תקשיב טוב למילים, ולקבוע דבר מן התורה. אתה מבין? when חכמים are telling me מן התורה מוקצה מותר. we, the rabbis are telling me it's אסור. לא הוספנו על התורה כלום, כן? אם אתה קובע שזה אסור מן התורה, תסתכל, כיצד, תקשיב טוב משהו עכשיו. הרי כתוב בתורה לא תבשל בדי בחרי בימו, נכון? מפי השבועה למדנו, קיבלנו מסיני, שזה הכתוב בשר לבשל ולאכול בשר בחלב, בין בשר בהמה, בין בשר חיה. Good? You cannot cook the meat, the skin of a deer in milk, and you cannot cook the beef in milk. Okay. אבל, listen carefully, אבל בשר עוף מותר בחלב מן התורה. אתה שומע? מן התורה זה מותר, מדרבנן זה אסור. אם יבוא בית דין ויתיר בשר חיה בחלב, הרי זה גורע. אתה שומע דבר חדש?
What is that? I didn't understand. But we have it.
If בית דין comes up and they say, listen, לא תבשל גדי, גדי זה בהמה, דיר זה חיה. ובאיסור לא תבשל גדי בחלב אמו, applies only to behemoth, to an ox, to a goat, to a sheep, but not to a deer. Says the Rambam, הרי זה גורע. Now, Larry, explain to me למה זה גורע. ממה הוא גורע?
Oh, so it's not the object, it's the concept, it sounds like.
The Rambam agrees with Rashi that if you take only 3 פרשיות, הוא אומר דבר חדש. אם אני מוריד מכל התורה, אתה מבין, הורדתי עכשיו, תשמע, היא continues. ואם יאסור בשר העוף, ויאמר שהוא בכלל הקדים, והוא לתורה, הרי זה מוסיף. אז איך הבין הרמב"ם, מה פירוש בעל תוסיף? There are 2 types of בעל תוסיף. Not to add to the חפצה of the mitzvah like 5 פרשיות.
That's okay.
או, אתה שומע? אבל...
And not the concept, not the...
עכשיו תבין מה שאומר הגר"א מווילנה. למה כתוב, איפה הרמב"ם לקח את זה? מה זה? לכן יש לא תוסיף בפרשת בית חנן.
אוקיי.
זה נקרא ללמוד פשט. הוא אומר הגר"א, זהו, זה שתי סוגי הוספות שונות. אם תסתכל טוב, אז תסתכל שפה... תסתכל, את כל הדבר אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם, אותו תשמרו לעשות, לא תוסף עליו, ולא תגרע ממנו. שם, כשהסתכלנו בפרשת בית חנן, מה כתוב שם? לא תוסיפו על הדבר אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם, ולא תגרעו. בגר"א יש פה 2 סוגי הוספות. הוספה בחפצה של מעשי המצווה, ויש הוספה של interpretation. עכשיו תראה מה שדייקת, זה מאוד יפה. תסתכל, go back now, במניין המצוות, go back there please. רואה שלא להוסיף על התורה, לא במצוות שבכתב, ולא בפירושן שלמדנו מפי השמועה, אתה מבין? The example that the Rambam just gave us. אם בדין הגדול is declaring בשר עוף וחלב וזה אסור מן התורה, אני מוסיף בפירוש של המשפט, כן? לא תבשל גדי בחלב עמו, זה רק בהמות וחיות. אם אני אומר שחיה is not included, it applies only to בהמה, אז אני גורע. מאוד יפה, מאוד יפה.
Wow, interesting.
Look further now. If you, okay, I have to do something.
Oh, so it's interesting. So why did Rashi only did the low Tosifa? We didn't do low in the parsha what we just said. He didn't do low Tigra'u. And why did he say? He should have said Shalosh Parshtei Brachot LaKahuna, or he's only talking about the extra, and they're all Hefza items.
אבל התשובה היא, זה ברור שהרמב"ם מתכוון גם לזה, זה פשוט שזה הוספה או שזה גיגרון. אני באמת שאלתי אותך קודם, if you're taking the תפילין של ראש with 5 parchments, it's a new box, it's a black box with 4 plus 1, it's a box with 5. לא, גם זה נקרא תוסיף.
Right. Because you Mekayem the mitzvah with 4. So it's really, the having the right amount is only 1/2 of the equation.
נכון. Look further down the Rambam.
Wow.
אבל אם אמר מן זה בית דין הגדול, אם אמר בשר העוף מותר מן התורה, ואנו, מי זה אנו? בית דין, אנו נאסור אותו ונודיע לעם שהוא גזירה, שלא יבוא מן הדבר חורבה. But we are telling them in התורה it's מותר. ויאמרו, שלא יבוא מן הדבר חורבה, ויאמרו בשר העוף מותר מפני שלא נתפרש, ככה חיה מותרת שהרי לא נתפרש. ויהוד הרמב"ם says now. The reason why חכמים came along and said את בשר עוף בחלב אסור מדרבנן, because otherwise people say, hey, זה מותר, למה? כי זה לא כתוב בתורה, yes?
Right. So they put it.
חיה בחלב כתוב רק בהמות, ויבוא אחר לומר, אף בשר בהמה מותר, חוץ מן העז. Look how nice the Rambam is doing it, he's not doing it very often. ויבוא אחר לומר,
Yes,
אף בשר העז מותר בחלב הפרה. שים לב מה שהוא אומר. לא תבשלי בחלב אמו. אז אולי גדי אסור רק בחלב אמו.
Right, but what about other חלב?
מותר.
Do you think, Rabbi Prague, the way you read this, do you think the Rambam is being tongue-in-cheek a little bit here? Is he being a little bit, I don't know how to say it. Is he?
אני אסביר לך מה. אני אגיד לך איך שאני מבין, since I'm over 70. I see.
That makes two of us.
But the Rambam knows the mentality of people.
Sure.
No, but this is really it. Very often, very often, you know, in fact, it happened a few times. I read this and the guy says to me, איפה זה כתוב בחומש? זה מה שהרמב"ם עונה. הרמב"ם עונה, the interpretation of the חומש is the מסורה of Torah שבעל פה. So, in some places, and remember, meat has to be consumed by people. The minute people look for leniencies, yes, it's endless. אמרתי לך פעם, זו דוגמה מצוינת, שרב פיינשטיין disagrees with many, but every time it's tremendous amount of respect. For the first time Rabbi Waldman published his Shuvah, and a Tay-Sachs baby up to 3 months, the mother can abort it. I mean, Rabbi Feinstein strongly disagrees, but this is fine. But then he adds, ושור אלי מורה, השם should forgive him, לטעה טעות גמורה ואין לסמוך עליו כלל. לא כתב אף פעם על שום אחד דבר כזה.
Wow.
He has a grandson in Israel, I forgot his name. שאלו אותו, why did the father come, the grandfather come, מה שהוא אמר? הוא אמר, my grandfather understands that Rabbi Waldman privately has the right to say, it's a gadol b'Torah, you can say it. But the minute you publish it, and you explain, אני אסביר לך עכשיו מה שהוא אומר שם. הוא אומר שם, יש מחלוקת בראשונים, ובורש מזמיני התורה, מדרבנן, מחלוקת. יש מחלוקת, האם תינוק עד 3 חודשים, נחשב לבורש נולד, so he combines the two, and the suffering of the parents and the baby, ככה הוא כותב, אומר הנכד של רב פיינשטיין, can you see me?
Yes, I see you good.
Oh. Says the grandson, my grandfather understood that if you read the Shuvah, you can extend it 10 steps further and he never meant it. And you have no idea how modern rabbis today took it. תזכור, אתה מה זה Tay-Sachs baby? Tay-Sachs baby הפירוש is born to die, a lot of suffering. There's no way you can cure it. Now, how about if the mother is going to have a lot of suffering. And not basic. She's a regular baby, but to have it forced.
It's like if you give it, it's like the expression in English, you've given an inch, you take a mile.
This is exactly what he said. He says, my grandfather held that privately you can say to people, don't publish it.
Right.
This is already 25 years later. You wouldn't believe what. Or the same halacha. Ovadia Yosef, I told you, has a tshuva, an Israeli girl, and the boyfriend, she's pregnant, she aborted a child. She becomes religious, balat tshuva. Unfortunately, she didn't tell her husband.
Right.
She had already. So Ovadia Yosef has be'emet. It's a classic tshuva, be'emet. Classic, easy, yofi. He goes into the sugya of kavod aviriyot. But many people already took it 10 steps further, you understand? The base of his tshuva over there, I'm summarizing it in 60 seconds, is if she tells her husband, my dear, I had a baby already. Why didn't you tell me when we did it with each other? Why didn't you tell me the first year of the marriage? This might really ruin a healthy marriage. You can hear very well the kavod habriyot. Now, and look how he starts. What is pidyon haben? You make a big meal, a fair more. Halachically, what's the problem of making a pidyon haben that should not take place? A husband makes bracha, and he makes a bracha pidyon haben and shechiyanu. This is exactly what the tshuva is based. Since there are many Rishonim who say that bracha levatala is midrabanan, yes?
Right, so it's
this
better.
Type of a bracha. And it's a real kavod habriyot. But many people already took it, as you said before, a mile further.
Right, so that's why you've told us many times that it depended on the people. It's just not the halacha. It had to apply. It's sort of like a hora'at sha'ah. It applies to this one instance.
And very often, Rabbi Zalman used to privately say, for you, it's mutar, you only, not your brother, not your uncle, not your friend, and don't ever put it in writing. Why? You have to see the big picture, you have to see the man, you have to, going back to your question, this is why what the Rambam is telling us. The Rambam understands that when it comes to food, yet food, people need kosher food, correct? They need kosher food. Now, today, Baruch Hashem, we have as much.
No, different, right? Sure.
But in the olden time, you're in the village, we have only goats. Okay, goats, you cannot cook in milk. I have a lamb. Look at Chumash. Excuse me, have a second.
Sure.
Who is there?
Larry, did you get to watch the video I sent you?
I didn't see it.
I sent it on WhatsApp too.
All right, I'll check. I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. How you doing tonight?
Thank God. It was it's a video. You'll appreciate it. Of there was a person who needed a liver in Mexico. His wife reached out to my son because my son was a donor, and they wanted to use one of his two children, and his two children were very nervous. So my son wound up, was talking to them, and I think they still got nervous. So we hooked him up with Living Legends. So today they found him a donor, and today they put out a video. They had the surgery, and Baruch Hashem, they said all went well. He was from Mexico, an elderly gentleman, not old, but older. You'll see him in the video. And his donor is a Hasidic woman from Brooklyn. And you have to see what she says though. Like she tells you what month, this is the month of whatever. And, and she's like,
it's an amazing thing because someone called me because I'm a supporter of renewal, which is kidneys. Correct. And this person needed a kidney. And I made a call and it turns out that, thank God, he was a match And after the surgery, his brother-in-law called me. And the nachas, or the wonderful feeling that I had, that you hear this, that someone did it and that someone you helped or you knew when it worked, is worth. I couldn't get over yesterday how wonderful I felt that you could actually help somebody in such a way you save someone's life. It's like Jeffrey, you've lived through it. I cannot explain how wonderful I felt that someone, you had to hear the person's voice. It was so unbelievable, and that someone does this chesed is another story in its own.
Yeah, well, Rabbi, I sent it to your wife. I told you to show it to you.
My
I sent
wife,
her.
we should talk about she's in upstate now. Tomorrow morning.
So I sent her the video. The Living Legend sent it to me, and I sent it to Larry, but I guess he didn't look on WhatsApp. I sent Salim well, he was very impressed by it. So we're part now. My son is part of a donor community, and I'm part of the recipient community. So we get calls, and we try to help and direct people into the right places. So he got a call 2.5 months ago from a wife of a Jew in Mexico, and his children were matches, but they didn't really want to be a donor. So, so so what happened is, Eli spoke to them and they didn't want to. So we hooked him up with Living Legend, and Living Legend found him a donor. And this morning was a surgery. Today was a surgery. Baruch Hashem, it went well. But go watch the video and see who his donor is. You'll be shocked. It's like, no offense. It's like a housewife that lives next door to you, that like really from your neighborhood, that just, and again, you hear what she says. Like she said, it's the month of, whatever.
I'm looking forward.
Rabbi Prague, I know this woman that lives in Borough Park, from a frum family, many children, grandchildren, whatever. She has one child that's not on the her derech.
Yeah.
And you pray and you turn yourself inside out. And she talks to me about it, and I say, you never know what happens, time passes. So this girl, she wants to join the U.S. Army and be a medic in the U.S. Army. Okay, not necessarily what a Yiddish mama wants for her daughter. Wait, Rabbi Prague, so listen, this child has already given a kidney and a liver.
Whoa.
So all the things that people do are wonderful, but like your wife wrote to me the other day in an email, Mi ka'amcha Yisrael.
Jeff, look, Jeff, you didn't think that this is going to become
it's amazing. Jeffrey, your son must be a very special kid.
The funny thing is, Rabbi, Rabbi Joey Mizrahi, Rabbi Shelby, he's very close to all of them. And Rabbi Eli Cohen. So Rabbi Joey Mizrahi keeps chasing him, going, I want a beracha, I want a beracha. Anyone that has a zechut to give his father the liver, you need to get a beracha.
It's amazing. He must be a very special kid.
I mean, thank God, I think all my children are special. I mean, Rabbi Prague knows a lot of them, but this kid he knows all of them actually, but he is very special though. He really is. And
you couldn't blame somebody for being scared.
I told you the story, right? I tell everybody the story. It's crazy. I got a week before Rosh Hashanah, I got the call, and somebody told me that that they had somebody in life support and they were going to give me the liver. So I had to tell one of my children because I didn't know what could happen in the holiday. I don't want to upset them all. So who practically would I tell? My doctor's son, which is Eli. I'm not knowing. I didn't know he was my donor, of course. So I went to him and told him. I said, Eli, there's a person on life support. They want to give me his liver. So if I have to run, you have to tell your siblings. So he was ready to tell me something. And I told him, Eli, I don't want to hear it. I'm just telling you, tell you whatever. So what he wanted to tell me, he told me after but he saw me in the hospital after. He goes, Dad, I want you to know something. And he's the only child I told, this is from Hashem. When you told me you were going to get it from life support, I was extremely upset because I really wanted to do this for you. He told me. But not only that, he told me I was ready to tell you that I was going through procedures to give you a liver, and you stopped me and you wouldn't let me tell you. So it's all from Shamayim. Like,
Wow,
Wow.
wow.
yeah, crazy, crazy.
It's really amazing.
But
But
watch, you'll see this video, you see really the chesed. And you see this woman's emunah. You watch, see her husband. I'm telling you, it's like, I'm not being, I don't want to be stereotyped, but her husband's wearing the black jacket, it's a black hat, everything. They meet outside, and the wife of the wife of the recipient, you see her, she gives her the biggest hug and with tears in her eyes.
And then, Jeffrey, there are some people that the donor does not want to even meet the recipient because he doesn't want the recipient to say thank you.
Yeah.
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 Because
Crazy.
I'm friendly with Mendy Reiner, who runs Release Time, was the founder of Release Time, and the stories that he could tell you, they send shivers through your spine. The people who do these, this chesed is lamala, lamala, lamala. It's just unbelievable.
This is the type of schuyot that keeps Israel going.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you really see the chesed, and like you said, miyam kol mocha. That's one of the benefits of going through this is to really. I never saw chesed. I mean, the chat and the people you meet and you see what they do for each other. It's mind-boggling, mind-boggling. Like if you see this woman in this video, like what she like has no business giving this guy her liver, like but she does, and you got to see the emunah that she exudes when they film her right before the surgery.
This is the part they don't put in television about the Jewish people.
Right.
This you hear about the fight with this one and with that one and this one. Every once in a while, it'd be nice to hear a story like this, a human interest story that's more than human interest. That someone who doesn't know another person takes a piece of their kidney or their liver and gives it to another human being. It's a low human. It's not normal. It's not a normal. It's an amazing
But this
thing.
is exactly what the Gemara says. Baishanim, Rachmanim, Gomei Chasadim. This is the DNA of the. But you see, on the other hand, this guy from Mexico, and decided that they couldn't jump into the water. Whatever reason,
Such amazing stories.
No, but you have to look, you're coming to the end of the year, look what you did, and look now, a new wave of.
I'm very blessed. Imagine now it's 9 months, and my daughter's living with us. I come from shul, and she's the only one downstairs with my granddaughter. And it's like the having a baby in the house. It's great. Like I have many, thank God, grandchildren, but they don't live with me. This one's my wife is like, it's her daughter's daughter. That's very special. My son's daughters, yeah, she loves them, but my daughter's daughter, that's it.
But definitely, when your daughter was born, your wife was in the seventh heaven.
Well, you happen to know this daughter very well. She was your student.
Of course I know.
And I have to tell you, Rabbi, you'd be very proud of her. She is, it's funny when she called me up one day and she said, "Daddy, do you mind if I wear a wig?" And I was like, "Honey, it's you're married now. It's not up to me. It's up to your husband." And my wife asked me, I said, "Listen, I have no issue with it. Just because we didn't grow up in that culture." I said, my two daughters are like probably more religious. I wouldn't say more religious. I would just say,
I'm amazed that she called you up.
Yeah.
Very respectful.
Might say, my parents will be upset. I shouldn't tell them. Finish.
No, she called me up and she asked some other two,
I ran before, she just came for the day. She's 22 and a half. She told me she came to stay with us for Shabbat.
Who is this? I didn't hear who this is.
This is Yisrael, my second son's daughter.
Daughter, okay.
Daughter. Anyway, she told me here, a girl in her class, She told me, look at the 3 girls, one of them was divorced. You realize that if you are strictly religious, after you divorce, you have to cover your hair. She's a single girl of 22 and a half. But you couldn't tell. The parents were very smart. No, I'm saying it shows how great your daughter is, and she called you out, feel uncomfortable, we wouldn't do it. Well, who do you think inspired her, Jeffrey?
Huh?
Who inspired your daughter?
You know, honestly, I just think was a household, you know, them seeing, you know, my wife, as we grew, got also more religious, and I wouldn't say more religious, just kept more, you know, the household, whatever. I think she's a big influence. I think you were, honestly, I mean, you don't like to hear it, but yeah, I think you were a big influence. And then she went to Israel and went to actually, she was at the Syrian school, but then she went to Midreshet Moriah, and
It's a very good school, yeah.
and she really, and both of my daughters, both my daughter Marlo, and then my daughter Yvette actually wanted to go, and I wouldn't let her go. She was going for the wrong reasons, and then I let her go, so she went to Midreshet Moriah, and honestly, they really had an influence on both of them. They
Doing a very good job. תשמע, באמת ברוך השם.
yeah.
But you should know, you can see clearly. Now remember, when the Gemara says, אין בן דוד בא, אלא בדור שכולו חייב, או כולו זכאי, אין דבר כזה, כולו חייב, כולו זכאי. You expect all the religious people to become not religious. תשמע טוב, אומר חפץ חיים, very often you see Jews, they find their power. They keep some of this, some of that. They don't keep it. Kulo chayav, kulo zakai means those who do good, do the good the way it should be, without skipping knowingly one. Kulo chayav, no one ever dreamt that some of these.
So I'll tell you, it's a Rabbi probably knows my two. It's funny. He knows my oldest daughter very well, and he knows my oldest son, Ali. Ali never had him, but the rabbi, he just got close to the rabbi, you know. So Ali is 37, and he just got engaged, and he's married. He got engaged, 2 months ago. So Rabbi, unfortunately, you know, the couple. He's marrying a woman whose husband died in a car crash. She's Alexa Balsiano. The guy it's a Balsiano married to or whatever. But you had them. They were in Flatbush, and her husband and I were going out since Flatbush, and unfortunately, her husband died. When her husband died, she had a 4-year-old, 3.5-year-old, 4-year-old, and she had a 1-year-old and a 2-month-old.
Oh.
Right. So Allie's been going out with her, and he got engaged to her. So I was, of course, a little concerned in the beginning because you have these kids, whatever. So when the first time he brought them over, I tell you, the meaning of a yatom, you see it, like you feel it. Like, could you imagine 2 kids never knew their father, and this kid has impression of his father from he's 3.5, 4 years old. But I'm also very proud of Ali because he handles those children like they're his own. And, you know, it's a beautiful sight to see, you know, that he has the patience and you know, it's just, you know.
She has 4 children.
No, it's 3. She has a 5.5, 6 years old. She has like a 2 or 3-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Larry, you hear Larry, Jewish kids? The kid is a professional. The kid is good looking.
We got calls all the time, Larry, for this kid.
He's man with life, and he decided to do a chesed with a widow and marry her with 3 children.
You know, Jeffrey, my uncles and my mother, my grandfather was a rabbi in shul in New York, and in 1938, on Purim, the children maybe were 6, 4, 2, whatever. And in 1938, he died suddenly on Purim, and the shul didn't have the decency. They gave my grandmother a $50 check, and they kicked her out of the apartment.
You hear, Jeffrey?
Wow.
A widow of three.
So in 1938, my grandmother, she called her family in Europe, and she said, maybe I can't take of the 4 children, maybe you'll take the 2 oldest. And they said to her, it was 1938, it's not the right time. Good. They said to her, and there's a segula, at least they believe this, that if you start baking chalot, something good will come out of it. And from that, someone gave her a little baby oven. And from that, she built up a family. The 2 twins, the 2 youngest, Jeffrey, because there was no one to take care of them, they lived, those 2 boys, in an orphanage for years. And when they came back to yeshiva, they were in 4th or 5th grade, but they didn't have the background for the Yiddishkeit. They put them in the 1st grade. So they had no father. They never had a father. They grew up in a bakery where my grandmother was, how available was she? I mean, she came down, she was the type, Jeffrey, who went to break eggs. She broke 1 at a time. She gave challah. There was no shortcuts. So from this, father, and there was no father. Here, your son is doing such a thing. It brought children. That's why I'm telling you the story. My mother never had a father, and how much of a mother? So what your son is doing and did, I'm sure he's doing it for all the right reasons, plus these children, is an amazing story.
Yeah, thank God. He's definitely doing it, I see, for the right reasons.
It's not beautiful.
Yeah.
Challenge, but he has a personality that he can be a father for the kid. It's a big challenge.
Yeah. I mean, the little ones is more like a father. The other one's the older one, he's very patient with them because he realizes that the kid is more traumatized. He knew what happened, he knew whatever, and so he treats them a little differently. It's hard. It's not an easy job, but
I'm sure he's strong professional. You have to. Yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but yeah.
The biggest reward is you and your wife to raise a kid like this.
All right, Jeffrey, it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, thank God. I'm very blessed. The rabbi knows I have beautiful children, and they're very respectful. Really, really, very, very, very fortunate.
Most times when you speak to somebody in a story, if someone tells a story, the first thing they said, they went to Colombia, then they're running a hedge fund, and then they're making a lot of money, and they live in a fancy apartment, and they have 2 summer homes and a lot of cars. And all those things, and I was listening carefully, that was never part of the equation of what made your kid special.
Yeah, no,
my son graduated Harvard and he runs a $2 billion fund, or he's a doctor with 14 degrees. And you never said that. I don't know anything about your children except the stories. It's an amazing stories. You should have this list to see only Nakas. It's unbelievable story.
But it's funny you said that because it's funny. I have a recollection. I don't know if you know MSD Capital. Greg Solomon. He's big. He's Ashkenaz, but I don't know how religious he's. So the funny thing was, I had a very large deal with them, and I overnight and this and that. And I'm sitting with it's a big hedge fund. And I'm sitting with these boys, and I go like, "What's your background?" They're basically all Flatbush like type kids. Either went to Flatbush or went to Ramad, and they're ordering in food, and it's treif. And I'm like, guys, don't you like have any, like, you went to Yeshiva Flatbush, you went to Ramad, like, don't you have any whatever? There's like nothing, zero. So what you're saying is like, unfortunately, it's almost a norm in that world with with those type of Jewish kids. It's a shame, but
the difference is also between Ashkenazim and Sfaradim. Sfaradim got from the community, got from the parents, it's amazing to see that even families who are not so religious, but they have tremendous inner respect for tradition, for Ashkenazim. When you give it up, you give it up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not here, the Rabbi of Prague, it's very interesting that this morning, Rabbi Prague usually says, Ma chadash ba'aretz hakdosha shelanu, and this morning, Rabbi Prague didn't ask me, Ma chadash.
I didn't ask that.
You didn't. And you know what? It was a good thing because there wasn't good news, and it started everybody's day. You wake up and you realize how blessed two young boys. I don't care if they have yarmulkes, not yarmulkes. I don't judge any. Gave their life, and this morning, and you realize how precious and how lucky that we have people like this. And you realize. Then I was thinking, Rabbi Praga, that word, and we've had it. Shakolti, machshela. That word, it's just the parents are shakulim tonight.
Yeah,
The word itself, it just sounds like such a terrible word.
yeah.
And the parents how do parents, we're talking about the most wonderful things, and then there are parents whose neshamas came out today. We're so lucky. Jeffrey, you're lucky. You should have a lot of good mazel from all you.
Thank God, Baruch Hashem.
And fascinating. I saw a fascinating. It happens to be a Zohar, but it's a Gemara. It's a new interpretation. Look a second. We'll finish with this. Look a second. מאוד מעניין. I mean, the pasuk you heard, right after Ila Nidachat, look a second. It says like this.
What I forgot already. It's late at the.
Perek Yud Gimal. If you have the article, it's page 1000. Yud Gimal. The Torah says you have to kill all the worshippers from Ila Nidachat. You have to destroy
everything.
So, for many, many years, I grew up with this Orach Chaim. Look a second. Pasuk Yud-Chet. ולא ידבק בידך מאומה מן אחר. למען ישוב השם אחרון אפו. ונתן לך רחמים וריחמך וירבך כאשר נשבע לאבותיך. You ever think למה נפל לפה the second half of the pasuk? We're talking now Jews kill Jews, and the Torah says ונתן לך רחמים וריחמך וירבך. Okay, so I grew up, and Orach Chaim HaKadosh says, I spoke to Muslim executioners in Morocco, and they told me that every time they execute people on behalf of the government, obviously, the beginning was terrible, but now they got used to it. They, so to say, enjoy it. Says the Orach Chaim, here Jews kill Jews. By doing that, you are eradicating the senses of Rachmanut on people. Says Hashem, ונתן לך רחמים, I promise you that I'm going to reject you. Is it יופי? ונתן לך רחמים וריחמך. And then Hashem is going to have rachamim with you. Shma tov. Says Rabbi Shmulevitz, let's assume Hashem would not give us this promise that He's going to re-inspire them with rachamim. But He has to have rachamim on them anyway, because the reason they lost all the feelings for people is because they fulfilled the will of Hashem. I mean, הוא שואל, מה כתוב פה? ונתן לך רחמים, and because of that now, Hashem is going to have mercy on you. You should have mercy on me immediately if you're not re-inspiring me with rachamim, because I lost it because of you. I did what you told me to do. Says Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, you see from here that people that don't have rachmanut on others, regardless of the reason, Hashem cannot have rachamim on them. And the example that he always gave is Penina and Hannah.
So,
The Gemara says that Pnina is teasing Hannah on purpose because she wanted her to pray with a kavanah, and the reality is that she paid a very hefty price for doing it. Says Reb Chaim, why? But she did it, really, for good reasons. And the answer is, you don't, if you put your hand in the fire for the best reason, your hand is going to be burned. ככה הוא אומר. ונתן לך רחמים to replace what you lost, וריחמך, and then there's רחמנות. בעזרת השם will continue tomorrow morning.
by the way, Rabbi Prague, I like the image big. If you think below Yitbak Biyadcha, like it sticks to your hand, like Devek.
This is exactly what it means. Money sticks to your hand.
It's such a great verb that the Torah uses here, and
The English translation is cling.
Cling?
Cling, yeah. The
Yeah,
clings to your
sure.
hand, right. Yeah. This is it.
You see how the Torah really analyzes the human heart, the human desires, and human feelings.
Wow.
My wife had an aunt. My father-in-law had a sister. She was on a plane from New York to Tel Aviv. For some reason, they had to stop in Frankfurt and switch planes. She says to the stewardess, I don't step on German soil.
Wow.
Because you're not in German soil, you're basically switching from one plane to another, but I have to step. I mean, she knew how to, she made such a balagan that they had to bring a wheelchair. She was a young woman. You're not stepping on German soil.
Wow.
We're bringing you to the new plane, finished. Well, אני אומר,
Lo Yitbak.
לא ידבק. This is the לא ידבק. בדיוק.
Wow. Interesting.
לילה טוב, לילה טוב.
All Tov. We'll see you tomorrow morning, God willing, Rabbi Prague. Good night, Jeffrey.
Laila
Thank
Tov.
you for the stories. They're unbelievable.
If you don't get the video, let me know, Rabbi.
I will tell you the next time.
Okay.
Thank you,
And,
Jeffrey.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Tomorrow, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.